Hello all, this is the third part of pointers. So in this lecture we'll see mainly use of pointers. So we have already seen the use of pointers, what are the uses. Now we will see with examples. So first one was call by address or reference. Then second use is returning more than one value. So we will see the first use of pointer call by address. Call by address. So we have already seen that call by address mechanism or call by reference is not supported in C, but using pointers we can bring that call by reference mechanism. That is, we can pass the address of the variable and we can do those manipulations, and when we return to the main program also, the changes will be reflected in the main program also. So we'll see an example here. If we have declared a main program here, int I, uh, I equal to 5, x equal to 5 and y equal to 10, and I have declared this is a prototype. I will bring it outside. We usually do like this. I will bring it outside. There is a swap function here. We have to pass two integer variables, ordinary integer variables. Now we are asked to enter the values of x and y. So we are printing the values of x and y using percentage. So 5 and 10 will be printed. Now we are passing this 5 and 10 to the function. So we will see what happens in the function. So here a and b will be 5 and 10. So a will be 5 and b will be 10. Now we are declaring a temporary variable. So we are swapping this 5 and 10. So what here does is temp will be a. So temp will be 5. Then after that b is assigned to a. So a becomes 10 and temp value is assigned to b. So it becomes 5. So we have swapped a and b. Okay, now we can use the return also, even though I have not included. Since it is void, there is no return type, we will simply use the return statement here. I have returned that. Now when we come back to this program, I am printing print of percentage, I am again printing x and y. Even though I have swapped those values, x and y have been assigned to a and b, and I have swapped those values, but those changes will not be reflected in the main program. So if I compile and run this program, initially it was x was 5 and y was 10, and after the program, after the swap function is called also, this x and y value has not been changed here because it is 5 and 10. That is because it has call by value facility only, because only value has been transferred and those changes has not been reflected in the main program. So if we want those swapping to be reflected in the main program also, we can use pointers. So this example will show that I am using the same program here. Only difference is, instead of passing two integer variables, here I am using two integer variables. Swap function, we are using two variables. I am using two pointer variables, that is int star and int star, means it is two pointer integer to pointer variables, sorry, pointer to integer variables. Then I am declaring x equal to 5, y equal to 10. Same thing, I am printing x and y, you will get 5 and 10. Now I am passing the addresses. Instead of passing the values, I am passing the address of x and address of y. Okay. So in this function here, actually it is star a, it is a pointer value. So a will be storing the address of x and b will be storing the address of y. It is not the value that is being stored. It is now a is address of x and b is address of y. Now I am declaring another temporary variable and I am storing star a. So value at address. Value at address a is actually x value. X value it is 5. So 5 will be assigned to temp. Then value at address b. Value at address b is actually y value. B is actually ampersand y, and the value it is 10. So 10 will be assigned to value at address of a. So it will be 10 here. Now temp is assigned to value at b. So temp is 5 now. So it will be assigned to b. Now there's you can include, or it is optional, return statement. Since it is void return type, there is no need. You can include a return statement also. When you return hit here, I am printing x and y. Now x and y value has been actually changed here. So that swapping will be working here. So initially it was 5 10. Now it has been swapped to 10 and 5. In the previous example, you can see it is 5 10, and after that also it is 5 10. So when you print this x and y, before and after it was 5 10, and after swapping it will be 10 5, because you are changing the values here. So you are passing the address here, and inside the function what you are doing is you are changing value at address. That address value will is changed, x value and y value is changed inside the program using the star a and star b. Okay, so that swapping will happen. So that value call by reference or call by address can be used. Call by reference is not there, but call by address is there. You are calling using this address. So you are passing this address and you can do this manipulation. So that is the first use of pointers, call by address or reference. Then second use is returning more than one value from a function. So in the previous examples, you know that you can have only a return, single return statement. You can return a single value to the main function. What if you want to return more than one value? Then also it is possible. It is an indirect mechanism. It is not direct return mechanism. It is an indirect mechanism. So we have a function here. I will bring it outside. So I will bring that function, that prototype declaration outside, command X. So I will bring it outside. You can declare it anywhere. Okay, I am bringing it outside. You have a compute function here, which is of return type is float, and two variables are there. One is float variable and another is a pointer to a float variable. Float star is there. So two variables have to be passed. So in the main function, we are declaring R, area and perimeter. Now this program is actually to find the perimeter and area of a circle using a function. So you are asked to enter the radius ampersand R. So you can enter any floating point variable. Now you are calling this function to compute R comma. Now you are passing the address of perimeter also. Ampersand perimeter means you are passing the address of perimeter variable also. Okay, and you are passing the radius also. Now inside this you will get the R value, and also that address will be stored in a floating point variable, pointer variable P. Okay. Now you are using a value to calculate the area float A, and you are calculating the area float. You are using this. This is actually typecasting. You have already seen this typecasting. You are converting it into float type 3.14 into R, and it will be converted to a float variable and float value, and it will be stored in A. Now what you are doing is you have a perimeter. You have passed the address of this perimeter also. What you are doing is, in star p means value at that perimeter. So value of perimeter will be changed. So you are calculating 2 pi r here. 2 pi r will be calculated and it will be converted to a float value, and it is stored in that value. That means perimeter value will be changed to this perimeter value, and when you print after this return a, you are returning just a single variable. A is returned. So that A will be stored in area, and you can print that area. Then you can print that perimeter also. You simply print the perimeter. You have passed this address and you have changed that address value. You have changed that value at that address value. You calculating using this value. So this is an indirect mechanism. So what you have written is you can return more than one value from a function. Actually, you can return only a single value. Return A means you are returning only A. But what you are doing is you are changing some other pointer variable also. So any number of variables, pointer variables can be added. All those values can be changed here, and when you print this you will get the perimeter also. So when you run this program, you will be asked to enter a variable. So I am entering 23.5, and this area will be calculated. Area and perimeter will be calculated inside this, and you are not returning. You are returning only area. you are not returning the perimeter value. But since you are changing the address value at that address, the perimeter value will also be changed in the main program. So you will get the perimeter value here. So this is an indirect way to convert this or return this. Then the third example is returning a pointer from a function. How to return a pointer from a function? You can return a pointer from a function also. So here we have a function point max. So this is actually a pointer variable. You are returning a integer pointer variable should be returned. It is not an integer value that will be returned. Will be returning an pointer to an integer variable. So you will be returning. That is why int star. In the previous example, if you see that there is no star here, you are returning the floating value, float point value. So area is a floating point value will be returned. But you can return a pointer also from a function. So here this is the prototype declaration. So you will be using a star here. So if you are using simply int means you will be returning an integer value, but you have to return a pointer to an integer variable. So you are using point max. So point max is a function name. Then your two parameters are there, int star and int star. Now it is just you will get two values a and b, and you will be finding which is maximum value, and you will be printing that maximum value. So you are using a pointer p here. You are declaring a pointer variable. Now you are asked to enter a value. It will be stored in a. Then you will be asked to enter b value. It will be stored in b. Now you are calling this function point max ampersand a and ampersand p, and the whatever which is returned will be stored in p. What is p? P is a pointer to a integer variable. Okay, it is a pointer variable. It is not a p is not an ordinary variable. Okay, so you are calling this ampersand a and ampersand b. So you are passing the address of a and address of b. Okay, now it is stored in x and y. X and y are two integer pointer variables. So you can do like the star x greater than, you are checking whether a is greater. Star x means value at address x. Value at address x means it is actually a. You are checking whether a is greater than b. If a is greater than b, you are returning x. So x is actually address. Here it is address actually. It is not value. This is address. We are not returning star x. We are returning x. Here also we are returning y. Y is actually address. We are returning address. Okay. We are returning address of y. So if you want to return value, so you should have returned star, but we are returning value. So star x, you are checking whether value x value is greater or a is greater than b. If a is greater, then you are returning the value, the address value, and it will be stored in p. So that address will be stored in p, and you will be simply printing that value. Star p will be printed. Star p means that value will be printed. Whichever which is greater will be printed. So if you compile this program, you are asked to enter. Now I am entering a as 10, and you will be asked to enter b. B I am entering as 23. Now after the star p will be printed, that is 23 will be printed, because 23 is the maximum value. So when you pass this 10 and 23 here, this will be combined. 10 will be combined with 23. 10 is not greater, so you will be returning the address of y will be returned. So p contains the address of y. When you print star p means address of y will be whatever the value in that address of y will be printed. Y means it is 23. So that 23 will be printed here. So that is what is happening here. So you can pass. So in order to return a pointer value, you have to use a star here. When you declare this prototype, there should be a star. Inside this function also there will be a star here. This shows it will be returning not an integer variable, it will be returning a pointer to an integer variable. It will be returning a pointer. So x and y are pointers. We are returning pointers. We are returning pointers to the main function. So that is why it is storing it in a p value. So it is also possible in C. So we will see this call by address reference. I will show an example. So we have already seen this thing. What happens in this? So what is happening inside this? I will show with an example. So this is an example. So here initially x was 5. So we have already seen this swap program. Initially x was 5 and y was 10. Y was 10. Okay. So what happens is x and y will be in some address location. Maybe in 2000 and 2004 it will be 5 and 10. Okay. Now what we are doing, ampersand x and ampersand y, we are passing the address. So a and b will contain address of x and address of y. So a and b will contain address of x and, so a's actually address will be 3000 and 3005, and inside that the value will be 2000 and 2004. That is, a contains address of x, so value will be, so a will be stored in some address location, and in that a, what is the value? It will be the value of this address location. X address will be stored here, and in b, y's address will be stored here. Okay. Now here we are declaring int temp. So what it will be? It will be some 0 or some garbage value. So temp will have an address value, memory address location, and in that value will be some 0 or some garbage value will be there. Now what we are doing? Star A. So it is assigned to temp here. So 5 will be given to 4000. So in 4000 address location it will be 5. Now star A means value at address of A. Value at address star A means it is at a memory address location 2000. So that will be changed here. So star A equal to star B means star A means the 2000 value at address location 2000 will be changed to 10,000. Star B means value at address at 2004, that is it will be changed to 5. So 2000 it will become 5. So this has been changed. These two address locations values has been changed to 10 and 5. So that is what is happening inside the memory. Okay, so you should understand what is happening. So in the program, when you do this ampersand x, when you call this ampersand x and ampersand y inside the function, when you declare this, a will have the address of x. A will have the address of x. Address of x is 2000. So the value will be 2000 here. So a and b are pointer variables. So those address values will be stored here. So this is what is happening inside the swap. So you should understand this thoroughly. Okay. So that's all. Thank you.